say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And that was Skylar Cole singing the national anthem. A fantastic rendition.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs as they play against the Houston Rockets. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right. And the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Well, Commissioner Adam Silver has a history lesson for those who would tell players to shut up and dribble. He says in 1963, Bill Russell was MVP, won a title, and stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial for Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. There is a through line that exists directly from Russell to our modern players. Kevin?
That's a great story, DA. Thanks. And there has, Greg, been some talk within the league about adding a mid-season tournament. What are your thoughts on that possibility?
I mean, with the success of the play-in tournament, which, in full disclosure, I was not for, but love now, I can see why they're considering it.
Here's the starting group for Houston. The post pairing forms Smith along with Şengün. Jalen Green is out there with the great, and it's Porter. And at the 3, the small forward. And for San Antonio, we've got Johnson. Jones is out there with Langford. Then it's Collins, and it's Sohan in at the 4. Now, here's Langford. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, Steve, the persistent growth of Keldon Johnson is pretty impressive.
It is, Kevin. He is obviously receptive to good coaching and is committed to finding success here in the league. Almost across the board, you see his stats creeping up season to season. Given everything he's got, Keldon Johnson's a guy you want on your side. Why? He doesn't let up.
Here's the great. It's on target from the high post.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Jones, the pass to Langford. Lets the 3 fly, and it's Jones, that time on the assist by Langford.
And you see Langford's ability as a facilitator, great court awareness.
Here's the great. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Jones, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Johnson outside, fires the 3, and again it's the Spurs from deep.
Quick shooting from Johnson, getting the drop on the defense.
Here's the great, defended by Jones, and the basket by the great. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Now here's Jones, guarded closely. Johnson outside. Collins, a screen on Porter. Johnson, the pass to Collins. No good that time. The Rockets go the other way with it. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
And you know this, what you do on the backboard may not completely win or lose a game, but it can tip the scale in one team's favor.
Now here's Jones. Dishes it to Langford. Collins, a screen on Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Greg Keldon Johnson is listed at 6'5", but he plays much bigger than that.
He has the strength to fight for rebounds with anybody. Fearless on the court and plays with an endless motor. His strength and willingness to use it makes him valuable.
Here's the great. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Johnson, a wide open look, buries it from three-point range. Johnson's got 10 points.
Clearly, Johnson has worked hard on this shot. He knows how important it is to have this range.
Here's the great, defended by Jones. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
Now here's Jones. Johnson outside. A three-pointer off the mark. Rockets trail by 3. 16 feet away, and it's Houston with another.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
The Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Outside Collins. Back to Jones. Collins setting the pick for Jones. Over Şengün. Jones, no luck.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Langford with the steal. On the wing, Jones. Shot clock at 6. Johnson, that's for 2. Good, he hits the jump shot. 12 points for him.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
In the corner, Smith with it. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Jones, the pass to Langford. Johnson with it. Collins setting the pick for Johnson. The great grabs the miss.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
Now here's Jones. It's rebounded by Houston. The greats got rebound number 5 here tonight. The kick out to Porter. Puts it up. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Each year, Porter just becomes more efficient and more deadly.
Outside, Jones. Johnson outside. Pass to Langford. There's the dish to Collins. The Spurs rebound. Got a piece of it.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Langford has it in the corner. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
And this is where Langford can really improve as a jump shooter. Off the catch, looking really good on that one.
Here's the great. 12 points for him. On the wing, Porter. Here's the great. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. The great's got 15.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted. He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Now, here is Smith. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. They double him with Langford. And a wide open look for Porter. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Pass to Langford. Johnson with it. 34 seconds left in the first quarter. Calvin setting the big for Johnson. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's the great. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. It's a 10-point game, and that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. There's the pass to Graham. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Here's the great. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he guts this one out.
Coaches always talk about closing quarter strong. Can't do it much better than that.
And so it's the Houston Rockets. 13 points up at the end of the period. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They came out firing from deep. It's always good for a team's confidence when you can start a game that hot.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
We've got Devontae Graham. Gorgie Dang is out there with Johnson. And it's Bates Diop in at the 4. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's the great. Graham defending, and the shot goes in. The great's got 25 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Here's Graham. The Rockets making the shot. Kicks it to Jang. Johnson from outside. It's rebounded by Houston. The great's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
Manu Ginobili, Hall of Fame class of 2022. He played his entire career in San Antonio. And in 2003, Manu's rookie season, we won a ring together.
4 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Martin wide open. He fires offline with his 3. And seeing Manu is a rookie, Smitty, what were your early impressions?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, Kevin, he was unpredictable. He was definitely NBA ready. He had already been a pro for 7 years before he came over, and he played an important role for us winning that title.
Here's the great. 25 points in the game, and he makes that one.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Back to Graham. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
An intelligent scorer in close. I like seeing Graham be aggressive from this area.
The 3 hits it from 3-point range.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
And the 3 ball is good. Graham's got 5.
I'll up you one, Devontae Graham said, clapping back with that 3.
Here's the great. Graham defending. Here's the great. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. The great's got 29.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David,
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. They haven't made the last 3 postseasons, and former Spur Robert Ory worries if they'll ever be relevant again, saying, "I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there." And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise, Kevin.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Jang, no luck.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's the great. He's got 29 points. And there's the try.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And now, the first timeout called here for the Spurs. Roby, he's checked in for San Antonio. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
Here's the great. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Martin for 3, and again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Once again off the mark by San Antonio. For Houston, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. Here's the great. He has 31. A shot by Tate with no one around. And another 3 for Houston.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Graham gets a wide open look. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
His second make from beyond the arc this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Here's the great. Graham defending. The great passes to Green. And another 3 for Houston.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Bates Diop. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Shot from the wing. Chalk up 2 there.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's the great. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim. And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Jang with a screen on Green. Back to Graham. Here's Jang. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Good ball movement from Devontae Graham, noticing the wide open teammate and getting it to him.
50 seconds left here in the second. Here's the great, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with One hand.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Graham.
Devontae Graham's skills as a three-point marksman are impressive.
GA, the stat sheet says it all. Multiple seasons he's been in the top 20 for three-point makes, and he loves to find those daggers from three. The former second-round draft pick, Devontae Graham, now a key contributor who can really fill it up.
San Antonio making a switch here. Collins is checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Porter's checked in. Here's Tate. Off target from three-point range. And so Graham will bring it up for the Spurs. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's the great. Graham defending. Here's the great. And Houston again with the bucket.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
They are getting buried tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, let's be honest.
And keeping things moving, what a tremendous first-half performance for the Houston Rockets. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. It's been one outstanding game from the great.
Well, with a double-double in hand through two quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
So on the floor for Houston, the post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. The great out there with Green, and it's Porter in at the small forward. Spurs shooting around 41% on the night. Jones kicks to Collins. Passes to Johnson. It's taken away by Smith. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Serious hops from Porter on that one, slamming it down with authority.
Outside, Jones to the right side. Here's Sohan, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And Jones over to help. Here's Green. Out to Smith. Houston moving it around. The great misses. Challenging stretch for San Antonio here. Johnson outside. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Green. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Out to the wing. Here's Langford. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Now that is encouraging. It's crucial that Langford continues to hone that outside jumper.
Smith with a screen on Jones. Smith finds Porter from deep. Green. It's good from long range. Green's got 6 points.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
And it's blocked. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Johnson. 12 points for him. Collins setting the pick for Langford. Snatched away. Green with the ball. Now defended by Langford. To the paint. Smith the pass to Porter. Here's the great. Lays it up off the glass. The great's got 41.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
Still going hard, and that kind of energy and effort is how they built this league.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. Taking a look at New Orleans. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And seeing where the Rockets are, they're just so locked in right now. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I know it's still early in the season, but they may turn out to be the team to beat.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Jones the pass to Langford. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Sohan. San Antonio again missing.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
San Antonio making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. And then for Houston, Kenyon Martin Jr. comes in for Kevin Porter. And it's Josh Christopher in for Green. Here's Langford. San Antonio again missing. And here's Houston. They've got an 8-0 run. Pass to Martin. Here's the great, defended by Jones. Into the lane. Smith with a wide open look. And another 3 for Houston.
He was money from deep in college. Looks like the confidence has stuck.
Jones kicks to Johnson. Pass to Sohan. Outside, Jones. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Houston making a switch here. And nowadays, it seems like players have more opportunities than ever before. But, Steve, does that add to the challenge of balancing on the court versus off the floor?
It does for some individuals, but I love the opportunities that they're getting, and I love they're taking advantage of it. Most of the guys can juggle and balance both.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Crosses over. It's deflected.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
The great passes to Christopher. Here's the great. Cans it from downtown. The great's got 46 points. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Houston.
What I love, and the coaching staff has to love, is the defense. They've really brought the energy with all these blocks we've seen in this one.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
And the Rockets making a change here. Kaminsky's checked in. The great grabs the miss. The great's got his 16th rebound on the night. Kaminsky, the pass to Christopher. Lets it go from deep. He goes up again. And the basket by the great. The great's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
By himself, yet another bucket.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Can they get it? And good. Got the English that time as it falls. He has 7.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
The great passes to Kaminsky, and he uses the glass on the layup.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the pass to Jang. Jang with the screen for Graham. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
1:29 left to play here in the third. Good on the bucket. Kaminsky's got his second bucket of the night.
Spacing and ball movement. We hear coaches talk about those two elements all the time.
Graham, the pass debates Dion. Graham with the ball. 10 points for him. Puts one up from 19. The great grabs the miss. He kicks it to Kaminsky, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Rockets.
Their presence felt on the backboard. No shortage of effort or aggression in tracking down those miscues, and that's what's given them the edge here in this game.
Tate, he's checked in for Houston, and so he makes both from the line. 55 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Jang. Back to Graham. Fires for 3. Drops in the tray. Graham's got 13 points.
Well, Devontae Graham can be so explosive, and this is proven to be a night where he just goes off.
From beyond the arc and then some.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Hey, players love competition, and the fans love it as well.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Puts it up from 12. Jang with a clean look. From outside, off the mark. Here's the great non-stop scoring machine here. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And so it's the Houston Rockets. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.